Hello everyone, how are you? It has been a while since I was able to get a video up. We have been so unwell with this virus, so we have been completely slowed down, but it's actually been quite necessary for us to be in isolation and just to have the opportunity to rest, because I think it's the best way for us to get better is if we're forced to rest. I did attempt to record my gardening and have a chat with you guys during isolation, during lockdown, but I actually forgot to come back and close off the day, so I decided to make this video of what I got done this week. I was behind in this weeding and planting out winter vegetables, so it was a great opportunity during the isolation time to get the garden boxes cleared out and tidy. I couldn't go out and get more vegetables because obviously we were having to stay at home, but at least I could clear out all the weeds and get rid of everything and prepare for the vegetables that I was able to go and get later in the week. I was really tired during this isolation. It really did take all the energy out of me. Even James, we had heard that people, when they got this, they were low on energy and quite lethargic and very tired. They just needed to rest and sleep. And even so, I still was quite surprised with how severe it is. You literally don't have any energy. So the energy I did have this day, I was gardening, and I probably got about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then that was it for the day. I couldn't really continue as I normally would. We had begun the hallway renovation prior to getting sick, and so we had lifted the carpet and we were starting to prepare the walls, and I was able to get some taping up done, getting prepared to do the ceiling and to do the skirtings and things. So I was able to get that done before I really crashed. And James didn't get unwell for a few more days, so he continued the process and got sanding done and painting done, and he got the paint sprayer out, and he was able to get a few things done before he crashed.
All the masking's done, ready to paint. So it's going really well, but with spray painting, the prep does take time, so got to be patient with it. So I've masked up around the top there because the ceiling's painted and it's come up really good. Although I did get the wrong masking tape, as you can see it was a bit short, so I had to extend it out. It's all masked up, it's all cleaned off, given the walls a good wipe, and now I've just got to paint it.
I can't get too overwhelmed today. It's always surprising to me that these projects take so long. You kind of have a time frame on them and you think it's only going to take you 2 or 3 days, but things just don't always work out the way you plan. In theory, things will go a certain way, but in practicality, it never works out like that. There is always delays and interruptions. Family always has to come first. There's things that are going on. You might have to get trips away. People get sick. There just seems to always be small interruptions that make projects take a lot longer than you think. So once I was out, I was able to get my vegetable garden done, and I did get quite a selection of the things that I know will grow. I got the cauliflower, cabbage and broccoli, just the mini ones, so I'm going to grow those and see what they're like. I have been waiting for the cooler weather so that the white butterflies don't come and destroy everything. And it worked last year. I really enjoyed growing broccoli and cauliflower. So I'm going to give those a go, and I'm just planting out 6 or 8 this time. And in about 3 or 4 weeks I'll plant out some more. And then down this end garden, I've planted some peas, some sweet peas, and I don't think I've grown these in about 5 or 10 years, a long time since I've grown sweet peas. This particular garden box is under the eave of the house, so I always find right at the back here it doesn't get a lot of water, so I have to keep an eye on that. And I've put a trellis up that I was using for the tomatoes, but this will be a good support for them as they grow up. And the rest of the garden box here, I'm going to plant out more broccoli. Just going to get some starters in a few weeks' time, and I'll fill up the box here and just stagger the growth. I've already got spinach in the garden, and that's growing well, but I've planted some pak choy or some Chinese cabbage. It's a little bit like bok choy. So I've planted out those, and in amongst everything, I have planted beetroot and spring onions. So it's just a mixed bag of where I've put everything. I've just scattered them in and amongst and throughout, and I'm just going to try that and see if I can't have them growing up in amongst everything else. So if you have been following, you'll know that we are in the process of moving now. We haven't actually started the process of selling the house, but we know that in a few months we probably won't be here. So I don't even think I'm going to get the reward of this garden. I don't think I'm going to see the fruits of these things that I'm planting, but I'm really excited to be able to show the people that move in what these gardens are capable of. I've always been super surprised with how much vegetables I can get out of 3 or 4 garden boxes. So I just think it'll be a really nice thing to be able to show them when they move in that they will have vegetables already waiting for them. So it's been 3 or 4 days. The garden seems to be producing super well. All of the Chinese cabbage is coming away lovely, as I can see it's taken. I am a little bit concerned about this sweet pea. It seems to be drying the leaves at the bottom. Not quite sure what that is. I'm just going to keep an eye on them. Under the eaves there isn't a lot of water that gets to it. Even though it's raining, that particular bit stays dry. Maybe this has inspired you to get your winter garden going, and good luck to you if you're doing home renovations or painting or projects. And just know that I totally appreciate where you're coming from. If you're struggling with trying to keep up with a schedule that isn't quite working to plan, I can completely relate. And until the next video, bye for now.